again, this is Keith Barr with Firefly Business Group. In the previous video, I showed you how to set up a work order in the food production module for Acumatica. In this video, I'm going to show you how the production floor produces the actual finished good. So we've gone to this work order screen that you see here. I'm going to select this work order number 31 at the top. I set this up previously to create 10 cases. So as you can see, this work order has been saved. It's ready to go. So I'm going to go into my work order transactions here and show you this first manufacturing step, which is the prep for mixing. So this is where we mix all of our items together. So as you can see here, it shows all these the different raw material items that we're going to be mixing together. If I marked any of these raw materials as allow for component quantity variance, we'd actually be able to change those quantities as we add different quantities on the production floor. Likewise, if I checked allow for component addition, I can add other raw material ingredients from the production floor, such as, let's say I'm using fresh tomatoes in this salsa, which I have here with my tomato bulk, and I need to add some additional tomatoes to the mix. I may choose to add canned tomatoes instead of the bulk tomatoes, breaking into another bulk bag of tomatoes. So that allows me to make those different changes into the work order as we move through this. So here I'm going to go through. So I'm going to basically say, okay, everything is we've added all the materials, we've created everything. I'm going to allocate those components. This creates an issue transaction in Acumatica to tell it that we pulled this out of stock and it's now in production. Okay, so it knows that all these items have been taken out of production. So we've got everything there. One other thing I can look at here is, oops, hold on, let me get out of this, is I can actually take a look here at my allocations and see what it is for that particular item is what we have in production that's created this lot serial number. So now I want to go ahead and release this item because I've made this finished good. I've made this salsa. So I'm going to tell the system that we can release that. And we are now finished with our first step, our first routing step, which was to mix all of these different raw materials together. And it's going to take us to our second routing step, which is to actually package all of these all the salsa into the containers that we're putting it into and box those up so that we can ship those. So we're just going to step through. You'll see that we're now going to transaction number 2. Down here at the bottom, I have all of my packaging materials, my cups, my lids, my boxes. One of the things you can see here is that we could set up scrap percentage. So if we know that we're going to break so many lids or something during the manufacturing process, then we can make that set that up beforehand, and that'll actually take into account in our total cost, which is up here at the top. Shows us how much it's costing us to make these 10 cases of salsa. So here everything looks good. So again, I'm going to say we went ahead, we packaged all that up, we allocated components. Oops, hold on just a second, I forgot a step. I do have to there it is. I have this set up to enter the expiration date, so I actually need to put this in. I'll just put in 12/31/2020, and we'll be all set. And now it's going to allow me to allocate components. We could make this where it populates automatically, but in this particular setup, I have it set where I have to go in and enter this. So we've got that entered. We've got the lot serial number for this finished good that's been created here. So again, we're going to go ahead and release these. And that's going to take it out of manufacturing and move it into the Acumatica kit assembly. So once this is done here, it'll actually take us to that screen. And here's basically, we would be done on the production floor. It's back to the production manager who's now taking a look at this, wants to see how much of this was created, make sure everything looks good here on the number of components. Everything is all set. We've made a quantity of tin, which we show right here. So at that point, we would want to say, okay, this looks good. We want to take it off of hold. And we're going to go ahead and release that. And at that point, once these are released, then we actually have these tin cases that are now in stock, and they would be available to fulfill orders with those particular tin cases. So that's what I wanted to show you on the production side. If you have any questions, you can contact me by email at Keith at Firefly Business Group. Thanks a lot for watching.